Speedway as Fresh Stone presents Friday Night Excitement. Tonight brought to you by STRODE'S Barbecue and ELECTROMART. We've got 4 divisions on the card. 360s are off, but the Sportsman are invading. We've got the Noelle Teal Twin 14s for the crate sprints, Thunderstocks, mini stocks, all ready to go. I'm Greg Kellman. With me, Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey down trackside as we're ready to go with the first of the 2 qualifiers for our Insulation mini stocks. 32 cars on hand here tonight. And this is how qualifier number 1, brought to you by Helnor Mechanical, will line up on the pole at a Puslinch in 38P. It's Bill Pearsall. To the outside from Wainfleet, the 00 is Stephen Boverhoff. Going off third from Cambridge, the 32L, that's Graydon Lyons. And from the 4th spot from Dundas, the 32, Jillian Hills. 5th starting spot, John Jansen's in the 66. Nick Erskine to his outside from Brantford in the 64. Going 7th, John Luback from Port Colborne in the 14L. Dusty DeBoer from Hagersville in the 23 lines up in the 8th spot. Ken Hare from Niagara Falls in the 5K goes 9th. And to his outside in the 10th spot, Fabio Oliveri from Ancaster in the 16. 11th starting position, that's Mason Anderson. Chucky from St. Catharines in the 4A. To the outside, Alex Riley from St. Catharines in the 17. Pulling off 13th is Jeff Elslager from Linden, the 11J. Dave Winiger, fresh off a win at Merrittville last Saturday night, is first. He's from St. Catharines in the 43, going 14th. Chase Mitchell out of Ancaster in the 15 goes in the 15th spot. And Steve Miller out of Paris, he'll line up in the 16th position in car 79. Ready to come to the first Asphalt Works green flag of the night for the Insulation mini stocks.
We've had some great action in the mini stock division all season long as they fan out into turn number 1. It looks heavy down the inside of turn 1, and the rest of the track looks pretty slick as Jillian Hills with a good start in the 2nd spot, but Bill Pearsall leads the way through 3 and 4.
Nick Erskine right now making it 3 wide with Hills and Boverhoff. Boverhoff's going to slide back, so we got one going around to the back of the pack. Steve Miller, he's going to loop that car around, will stay under the green flag, as right now they're side by side for that 2nd position.
Nick Erskine on the high side in the 64. Jillian Hills down low. John Jansen's following in a different line than either of them in front of him, but out in front, Bill Pearsall, the track record holder from earlier this season, continues to lead the way in that Ponderosa Nature Resort number 38.
Jeff Elslager trying to make his move up towards the top 5. Started back in the 13th position in the 11J. He's got some damage to the rear end of that car. He's got some sheet metal hanging off the back bumper there, but he's working on the back end of the 5K of Ken Hare at the moment.
Something tagging along that shouldn't be, but I don't think it's going to affect anybody. Just a plastic cover, best I can tell. Jillian Hills into that 2nd spot. She's settled in with Nick Erskine single file behind her. John Jansen's. Dusty DeBoer rounding out the top 5.
Halfway home in this first of 2 qualifiers. Again, 32 cars here tonight, so 16 in each qualifier here this evening.
Ken Hare holding on to the 6th spot, but he's under attack from Jeff Elslager. Elslager to the inside, and at number 11, Ken Hare slides up the racetrack in the number 5. They'll race side by side down the front stretch.
Pearsall doing what he's done most of this season, that's run out front. He got his first career win a little bit earlier on this year. His teammate, about 10, 12 car lengths back in that 32, Jillian Hills, as we come to 2 laps left to go.
2 more times around as Pearsall nearly a half straightaway out in front of Jillian Hills. Nick Erskine now about 8 car lengths behind Hills in the 32. Steve Miller in the 79 getting out of the lead lap car's way as Ken Hare slides up the track. Alex Roddy going to look to the inside in that number 17.
Top 10 will transfer right now. There's a good battle for that 10th spot. Stephen Boverhoff has the position as the Mobil 1 white flag comes out for the first time tonight.
Last time down the back straightaway now, Elslager up to the outside. Dusty DeBoer trying to hold him off. They'll battle side by side down the back chute. But coming off of turn number 4 to take the win, Bill Pearsall led all the laps in that one. Jillian Hills going to come home 2nd over Nick Erskine, John Jansen, Jeff Elslager. Dusty DeBoer and Ken Hare just edges Alex Riley at the stripe.
9th will go to Mason Anderson, and Dave Winiger will get the final transfer position in that 43. So from Stephen Boverhoff on back, those drivers will go to B Main a little bit later on here this evening. Second qualifier rolling out onto the racetrack, brought to you again by Halnor Mechanical. Starting on the pole from Smithville, the 6X, that's Mike Sirentakos. To his outside from Stratford in the 54, Christopher French. Lining up third from Brantford, the 44, Doug Erskine. And his dancing partner from Waterford and the 46, it's Wade Thorne, second quickest in hot laps a little earlier tonight. Lining up fifth out of Guelph, car number 1, Jason Tolton. And going sixth from Chippewa, the X car, Jeremy Cooper. Seventh starting spot, Tristan De Silva out of Waterdown, the 01. And Joe Dirt in the 30 out of Welland goes off 8th. Sierra Robeson out of Port Colborne, the 1R Junior starts 9th. 10th is Alexander Klotz from St. George in the 26th. Tim DeBoer, he was our Carmen's Group hot lap hero tonight, the quickest lap in hot laps. In car number 9, going in the 11th spot, Joe Stevenson out of St. Catharines in the 25 goes 12th. Spencer Riddell out of Caledonia in the 17K starts 13th. 14th, Steve Delisle from Blenheim in the 10S. And the pinball, Mike Giberson from Caledonia in the 11. Goes 15th. 16th is Mike Evers from Caledonia in the 265.
Field coming off a turn number 2. It's Mike Sirentakos leading the way on the inside. Chris French for the push from Wade Thorne up high. That outside lane working well through 3 and 4. French sliding up the racetrack. Wade Thorne going to have his chance to have a look to the inside. French will lead lap number 1, but here comes Thorne up the inside.
Thorne leading the way. A little twitch there going through corner number 2. Here's